look like Project Veritas has dropped another bombshell, this time on Bernie Sanders staffer, was basically saying like he wants to put Trump supporters in gulags, and said Milwaukee will burn if Bernie doesn't win the Democratic nomination. Not a really good look for Bernie. I mean, considering a lot of people like to discredit the messenger, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Whenever Jay keeps drops something, people discredit him. Basically, like, oh yeah, he selectively edits clips, oh da 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 da. But the thing is, like, people tend to get fired after this information exposed, and the Bernie staffers put their profiles on private. So yeah, there's a bit of truth to this video here. Like I said about Bernie in the video I said yesterday, like, he does have strong communist leanings, and anything about like gulags or anything like that, it's just not a good look. I mean, Bernie's a smart guy. He fired and denounced this guy immediately, and basically said like that's not what my campaign is all about, because this guy is quite extreme.
I mean, we gotta try. I mean, like in Nazi Germany, after the fall of the Nazi Party, there was a shit ton of the populace that was Nazified. I mean, like, Germany had to spend billions of dollars re-educating people to not be Nazis. Like, we're probably gonna have to do the same thing here.
Not a good look. Absolutely not a good look. That is Stalinism 101.
That's kind of what Bernie's like, well, like, hey, free education for everybody, because we're gonna have to teach you not to be a Nazi. There's a reason Joseph Stalin had gulags, right? Mm-hmm. And actually, gulags were a lot better than like what the CIA has told us.
What the CIA has told us, basically offshooting that argument as like, oh, that's a CIA talking point. Like, a lot of left-wing people like to do that. They like to discredit like your legitimate argument with saying like, oh, that's someone else's talking point. Oh, that's a right-wing talking point. When it's the truth. It's the empirical truth that like Stalin had gulags and Stalin brutally repressed people. Like, seriously, like, Bernie does have an issue with like having, yeah. I mean, the guy admits it himself. One weakness Bernie has, he's a bad judge of character. And it pretty much shows when he has people like Sean King and Linda Sarsour as key surrogates of his campaign. Sean King is a known liar. I mean, he's a white guy cosplaying as a black activist. He's Talcum X. He actually wrote on Instagram basically apologizing to the Ayatollah of Iran after the Soleimani death. And Linda Sarsour is a well-known anti-Semite who's hanged around with Louis Farrakhan a lot. Yeah, those two are a really big problem, Bernie. I mean, it's basically like what it is in England with Corbyn. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the anti-Semitic smears came towards him and all that. Yeah, like, it basically screwed Jeremy Corbyn in the UK. And another big problem with Jeremy Corbyn was he supported the IRA. He supported Hamas. He had a lot of sympathies for terrorists. I mean, Bernie bros, I mean, that is a very huge weakness. It's a huge weakness. Like, he's a bad judge of character. Exactly. Bernie is a bad judge of character. I mean, to a lot of these folks, like, ideology, I mean, they think so much in ideology, they can't, like, think in, like, common sense terms, like, this might not work in a general election. Basically, proudly exporting communism and exporting communistic values. I mean, like, a lot of Bernie supporters, like, they're basically millennials or younger, like the 90s generation, like, on down. Like, yeah. like I'm from the '80s and like the Cold War, and a lot of the Democratic establishment, they're all boomers. I mean, yeah, they all know how bad communism was. You know what I'm saying? Like the millennials don't have an idea how bad communism was because the Cold War ended in 1990. You know what I'm saying? When the Berlin Wall fell down. That was 89, whatever. Yeah, so they have no knowledge of how bad communism was. Yeah. I mean, look at this extreme shit. And if Bernie doesn't get the nomination, yeah, I had a feeling like that was going to happen anyways. I just had this feeling, you know what I'm saying? Because Bernie Sanders really did get screwed over in the 2016 election, especially in California. Because I know that like there was no support of Hillary Clinton in California. I mean, where I was from, like it was totally Bernie country. And when I saw like the California primary came out and Clinton won, like I knew like, this is some bullshit. So yeah, a lot of Bernie folks, they're gonna have this feeling like Bernie's gonna be fucked over again. So it's gonna be a bigger riot in Milwaukee than it's gonna be at 1968. It's gonna be some fireworks, y'all. No matter what happens at the Democratic primaries. Like on using violence against those using or whatever it takes, like anti-fascist is violent. We're not gonna come on, man. Yeah, I mean like this dude is a straight up totalitarian. Like what he says on what opposes Sanders' agenda. Well, I'll tell you in Cuba, oh Lord. Not a good look, Bernie. Not a good look, bro. If you want to win this thing, you gotta fire this dude. You gotta fire this dude and denounce his ideology because this dude is the left-wing version of the alt-right. He's the alt-left. This dude is the alt-left. You don't want cats like you around your campaign because it's gonna drag you down. I know you're trying to run like you're the FDR Democrat, so get rid of these communist leaning, supporting people, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to work for you in the general election, especially considering, like, Bernie, I think it is set to win Iowa and New Hampshire. He's set to win those two states. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you know what I'm saying? He's set to win those two states, I'm feeling. So, yeah, it's time to cut off Kyle, it's time to cut off Kyle Jurek. Because this shit is going to fuck you over in the election. Bernie bros need to understand that this shit is a bit extremist, and moderates and swing states are going to see this and like, man, Trump might be an asshole, but this motherfucker's a radical. He wants to radically make our country like Cuba. Yeah. And imagine Florida, you know what I'm saying? Come on, Florida, imagine all those Venezuelans, all those Cuban Americans. That's a wrap. This shit right here, that state's going red. Florida's going red if Bernie is nominated as Democratic nominee. Especially if Bernie doesn't denounce this because, this is straight up shit like Castro has been saying. You know what I'm saying? Castro, Fidel Castro, the other Castro, and Hugo Chavez. Not good at all. This is basically like the Democrat Party is being Corbynized. And those anti-Semitic steers and stuck really hard with Jeremy Corbyn. That's one of the big reasons why he lost the UK election. And the Labour Party lost a whole lot. Yeah, it's not going to be good. So, follow me, John Clem 310 on Twitter.com. If you like my video, please subscribe and please share because my video is gonna be buried in the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? I'm a startup YouTuber. I'm very small, so please, you know what I'm saying? If you like my video, subscribe and share. All right, have a good day.